Is that Mark? Nope, nope, it's definitely not him. Is that Mark in there? Well, first of all, whoever that is, can you hear me? Nope. Give me 1 second. I appreciate the feedback. So, this is I've been at I've been at this now for like an hour, right? And like a few minutes ago, um, the mic apparently stopped working, and then I dropped the last live and I brought this up, and I wasn't sure like who was watching, so like there was like one guy that was tagging along the entire time, and I guess well he's gone now, so yeah, that's about it. But I'm over here near the end of the meal, the end of the this fine cuisine, and I guess the last thing I was saying um, was that earlier today, all right, um, for the first time ever, I got referred to as a scam artist. And in the past, that would have like bothered me or something. I think that would have like pissed me off or something. But like I almost take it like as a badge of honor. I'm like, wait a minute. If I'm getting called a scam artist right now, first of all, I'm just getting started with like how I go about sharing what I do to stay, in weight, right? But if me just sharing what I'm doing and playing around and experimenting is getting a random guy on the internet, right, to call me a scam artist, I'm like, oh shit, I might be onto something here. Fuck it, I'm gonna keep going. I guess I am. I guess I'm really not doing what I'm saying I'm doing. You know, that's I guess Um, hold on. Ooh, got me some rotisserie chicken earlier. It was like the whole thing, by the way, was like a pound on the ish. Delicious, by the way. So I got over here at a food land, and by over here, I don't know if you were watching any of this prior. I have no idea, but food land in Hawaii. That's where I'm at right now for work. Oh man, I just ran out of my yogurt. So I'm up. Put that over here. There it is. There it is, the old Marky Mark. Hey, how's it going? I was just about to tell Sean over here how like this started off as a fucking giggle fest over here. I was over here like sitting down, full mukbang status. Deep down, kind of feeling like, do I really want to be doing this? And I'm like, shit, I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? And then a giggle fest ensued there, and I still remember it was like, man, I'm not really into like kind of people chewing in my ear, and like I think it was within a second, I'm like, shit, me too, me doing that shit, like that's what I would think other people are doing, A giggle fest ensued, and then a whole conversation is went about, and then the fucking mic died, or something like that. I don't know what was going on. I figured, hey, let me just, and then here we are. I think the last thing to you, Mark, here is that we ran earlier for a second. Are we back? Are we back? Oh, let me know if we're back, because I just got a thing for like a reconnect button over here. I just pressed on it, and I think we're back, but I don't know. Let me know. We're back online, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Rocking and rolling. Although I'm pretty sure any moment I can see it. Oh, fucking hell. Nah, let's see where we're at here. So, new here. 3 minutes into the water. No, for me, the reason, so I personally began to laugh because that very statement, hey, I'm not into that, that's the same shit I would have said myself. That's why I was laughing so hard because one, that's the same shit I would have said myself, and two, here I am doing that very same shit I normally would have never done. Yet I found some rationalizations for why it makes sense to be trying it. It's almost like I'm on the other side, watching myself from the inside out. I don't know if that makes any sense. And I just had this laugh, and it just went from there. It just, hey, the rest is history, huh? So what the fuck? Who would have thought? Um, I'll say this: I am running on the hotel Wi-Fi, so it seems like it's decent enough, but I guess it's not decent enough. So. But I guess it was decent enough to the point that it lasted a whole 69 minutes. Um, the last one. You know what? I got a question. Well, that last one, how was that? Was that pretty smooth? Was that kind of chopping in and out? I wouldn't know. From my vantage point, I thought it was just up the whole time. Yeah. Okay. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Mm. Hey, it's almost hustle. Yeah. 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 But, what I was saying earlier was that yes, somebody I got referred to as a fucking scam artist on Instagram. Somebody, some some professional of some sort, some expert. Um, yeah, and honestly, I'm not knocking the guy because the thing is, what originally got me too fast was research itself. Now, when I say research itself, like it's not like I was diving directly to the sources themselves. Maybe I should have. That makes more logical sense. I get it. I was more going on YouTube and seeing the people who already did the research disseminate it. Right. That's what I was doing. And in some ways, that makes some sense. If you don't know jack shit of a topic, go to somebody who knows it and just kind of simplifies it. That makes sense. So, like, I'll give some names. So, if you guys want to go see it for yourself, see it for yourself. One of them was Doctor Eckberg. That's one of them. Another one was like Thomas Della Lawyer, I don't know how it's pronounced. Della something. That's another guy. Another one was Doctor Berg. There's Doctor Fung, right? Um, and there's like one more that I kind of sort of listened to, but not really. It's some I can't remember his name. It's like got a little country thing going on, little country accent. It's like he leans more towards carnivore. So my thought process was because I'm like a lifelong like skeptical cynic, basically, professional. I figured, especially way in the beginning at 320 pounds, I figured I don't know how to tell up, down, left, and right as far as like who's telling more truth than who. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna listen to them all. I'm gonna see so what do they seem to agree on, and then I'm just going to try and see what happens for myself. I swear to God, that's how I started. And I would say I was still watching their content for maybe 3 to 4, 3 to 4, maybe 5 months into like me like dropping weight. That way, whatever they would say, I would just hear it, be like, okay, if you say so, bro, I'm gonna try it, see for myself. And when something would work or wouldn't work, I would then adjust accordingly, and then I would just. That's how I go about my thinking. That's just me. And after about 4 to 5 months, I just kind of dropped it off. I dropped off trying to inform myself, and I figured, you know what? The fact that these people before pioneered something inspired me to, hey, what if I could do something like that? This is before way like me thinking of any of this stuff, publicizing any of this stuff. This is more the fact that it was the way I was eating, more keto fasting and walking to lose weight. The fact that it was working so well, there was a part of me that was like, the reason I know this is because somebody before me tried something new, and they were probably laughed at and mocked at and all this stuff. You know what? I'm gonna just go off on my own here. I'm gonna stop listening, not because I'm trying to ignore them or something, but what if in me not inform myself, right? I walk a path that I don't even realize that I'm walking, that then leads to something cool, that then maybe helps out somebody, right? That's how I went about it. And ever since then, I've mostly been just doing things on my own, like these longer and longer fasts. I've just been doing them pretty much on my own. It's not like I've been diving into like 30,000 research documentations or whatever the fuck. Like, hey, this is where the mitochondria, kind of links up with the, I don't know, whatever the fuck. I don't know. I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. Um, I just started going off on my own, just pushing a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. And whenever I would feel like my internal check engine like kind of come on, it's like, all right, time to go back to the material. Is there an answer? It's like, okay, wait a minute, I'm feeling that. All right, now I'm gonna get out of the books and go back to doing. Just go back to doing. Wait. I keep seeing this thing happen over and over, and maybe there's an answer. I'll go back to the answer. Um, so that's how I've been going about it. I think so too. Making way too much sense there, Mark. The scale proves your process works. Hey, man, I think you're making way too much fucking sense right now. I'm gonna say I'm actually right now. I'm eating just to eat. By the way, I'm literally eating just to eat. So I'm not like physically speaking. I'm not like stuffed, stretched. I'm just eating just to eat. I may eat tomorrow or not. I don't know. Likely not because I got some things that may butt up into each other. So if I don't eat tomorrow, it's perfect. It makes perfect sense. So right now, my fasting plans are usually like sort of semi up in the air. They're semi sort of up in the air. I The way that my thinking goes as far as like planning out when too fast or not too fast or how long. Especially considering that I'm broadcasting this to the world now, basically, is when can I find a good time to not only eat but do the whole improvised setup here? Because, like, if I don't do this, then I don't fulfill the thing that I'm finding joy in, and so. Anyways, I I have to make it make sense. So it's like, okay, what time to me makes the most sense to break that fast, right? I'll pick a time. I'll just eyeball a time, and then based off of that, I try to knock everything things around it. So whether it be work or whatever I got to do, I try to. I'm literally spitballing this on the top of my head. Give me 1 second, because I'm trying to like spit out a quick on the spot like SOP right now. I think I can simplify this better. I aim for a time to eat. If I meet it, great. If I don't, it's okay. Let's put there. There you go. I think that's a better way to go about it. I aim for a time. If I don't meet it, it's okay. The reason I say if I don't meet it, it's okay is because hey, like if I don't eat tomorrow, guess what? I still have like goddamn 1 pound of this or a pound of that, a pound of this. I got plenty to go, for another day or two and be just fine. So it's like, hey, I've gone 14 days. I think I'm really gonna die if I don't eat for 2 or 3. Well, no, it doesn't. No, most of the time I do. Most of the time. Most of the time I do finish a platter. There are times where I overshoot. Uh, Yesterday was a day that I overshot. Like for example, yesterday breaking the 5 day one, I did not. No, I did not. And I'll give a quick one for that one. One thing that helped me raise my quote hit rate of actually being able to eat everything was writing down everything, like down to the weight. So what I would do is shit, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. What I would do is I would just write down everything, like the weight of everything, and then I would just go about eating the meal, right? And I would just see if I could eat it all. And if I could eat it all, I would then kind of gauge, okay, how do I feel? Am I super fucking stuffed to the point I'm gonna fucking explode over here? Am I just comfortably full? I would kind of make a mental note of how did I feel during X meal, right? Over time, I started to find out just from writing it down every single time that when I go, say, consistently eating just once a day, there's a certain portion of food that if I hit that certain portion, I'm good. If I hit a certain portion for like eating once every 2 days, I'm good. If I hit a certain portion for like when I go like every 3 days, I'm good. If I hit a certain portion for like when I go like one day, so like yes, so eat one day, eat one day, eat one day, go 2 to 3 or whatever. I started to notice some patterns in that, in the arena of my stomach stretch, basically. So usually, the longer I go without eating, usually the less I can consume because usually the more I go without eating, the more the stomach kind of shrinks down a little bit, and sometimes I miss I missed the mark. And yesterday was one of those. I missed the mark by maybe I don't know. I think I ended up not eating about a pound's worth of stuff. Sounds like I keep myself busy to distract myself from eating. Are you saying is that a question from like fasting? Like if when I'm fasting, do I distract myself? Is that the question with that? Do I usually meet the time? Yes, yes. Now, do I meet it down to the anal T, like down to like the minutes and seconds? Also, yes, but that's where I deviate a little bit. So what I mean by that is sometimes as I'm making the meal, I'll like snack on like one macadamia nut, right? And then I'm like, oh, it's all right. I'm about to like break the fast anyway, so I might have like a cashew, right? So then it's like, am I breaking the fast already? Am I not breaking it prematurely? You know what I mean? So that's what I mean by that. But as far as the overall, the hours, oh yeah, yeah, uh, yeah, for sure, yeah. I tell you what, if you find interest in this, go on Reddit. There's a page. It's called just fasting. We got some motherfuckers in there talking about how like this is one dude, or dude or gal or I don't know what it is. I don't know. Especially these days, he, she, it, them, they, sir, there, but whatever the fuck. You know, um, comes in out of nowhere off the turnbuckle like, hey, I've done a 70-day fast, I've done a 50-day fast, and here's some tips. And I'm like, oh, Jesus fucking Christ, how the fuck are you doing that? Like, what the fuck? I definitely can't do that. I mean, unless a breatharian is a thing, you know, unless the only thing I need is sunlight and air. I've heard that's a thing, by the way, a breatharian. I mean, I don't know. I won't knock it, but I'm a little skeptical. Uh, oh yeah, yeah. Look, the person. mm. Hold on, maybe I'll put some more liquid here. Maybe some. Cause mm, mm, mm. I guess I think I know what you mean, so I'll answer that one part. It sounds like you try to keep yourself busy to distract yourself from eating. So I'm gonna guess you mean if when I'm fasting, do I distract myself? Um, um, initially I would distract myself. I would. Um, I find that these days I don't need to quote distract myself anymore. Um, See what else you got? Bones, 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 scan, bones. Yeah. Um. Oh man, give me 1 second here. I got to like the boring part of the chicken. This is the bland part. I might actually stop it here. Like I'm good. I can keep going, but it's so boring. This part's so boring. Like, fuck man. Like this Hawaiian chili part. It ain't doing much to it. Fuck man. Like, and one of the things, at least for me, that fasting did for me was being able to like achieve a state of mind of being present in the moment. And this is some shit that I used to hear a lot. Like I said, I work in tech. All right, let's put it that way. So it's like I want to logic things out. If it ain't making any sense, I'm like, what the fuck is that? Right? I used to hear it all the time. Be present in the moment. Be present. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? I'm right here. I'm right here. No, that's not what I mean. Like, what the fuck do you mean? Be present. Like, what do you mean I'm present right now? um, it's just what I found is that every time I found myself pushing my own boundary as to like how long you're fast, there would always be a sense of fear that would kick in. And for the record, it still kicks in every single every single time that I'm like pushing myself to like a new boundary. It still kicks in, and in that thing kicking in, I have the option, the choice of worrying myself to death or somehow turning off that worry. And it's in the fact that I figured out how to just kind of turn off the worry. And me doing that part right there, that's the part where like I feel this sense of present in the moment. And it's just this thing didn't make any sense to me because like that idea sounds so, I don't know, something so loose about it. Like what does that mean? Like, what, I, this is just what I found for myself. This is what I found. When I'm in that state of mind, and it's not even, it's just nothing magical about it. It feels, I'll argue that it feels that way, right? But it's not like, to me, at least not anymore. It's not some fugazi thing. Like it's a thing that you can totally achievable. Just wouldn't know how the hell to describe how to do that to like another person. How do I say this? How do I say this? Like in a way that makes sense to them that they could then just get it right now without needing to read like 30,000 books so that it clicks. Because in some ways, that's what did it for me. It's a combination of fasting and then like reading a lot of material from different like walks of life, different paradigms, philosophies, and I realized, wait a minute, they're all saying the same shit about this present. I've been experiencing that this whole time. The moment I started, coming to peace with what if I do die in the middle of a fast, it's like, all right, yeah, I've been experiencing a state of present, but for me at least, it's like when I stop worrying about what might happen in the future and what happened in like a few moments ago. And like right now, I'm actually in a state of present mode right now. When I'm not in a state of present mode, is usually at this point, usually when I'm not, I'm usually in some kind of a worry or something. So like I'm like right now, I see four. There's four people in the live right now, and like earlier we were talking about what if Susan from HR or something like is seeing the stream, like in the past, if I wasn't in a state of present, I would actually start to worry a bit, like, oh shit, what if Susan is actually watching? Like, oh shit, and like, what if she's watching and then like she gets back to, like, this information gets back to them and they don't like it and they do something, and then that endless domino effect of the worry. Like now I'm thinking about that stuff. But if I can chop that off, that's half of it. The other half is like thinking about, ruminating on what happened, right? It's like, oh my god, the last time that somebody was trying to like start something new, somebody got fired or something. Shit, if I say something wrong, blah, 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 blah. And so that endless fucking thought, if I can chop that off, then that's it. At least for me, that's what I found. If I can like nip those two paths in the butt, I'm just here. And that sounds so fucking abstract, which is so frustrating because now, like I said, I almost feel like I'm on the other side. Like 1 second I'm on the side of where I'm watching the people do the mukbang, and now I'm on the side doing it, and I'm like, what the fuck? This is strange. So in some ways, the concept of being present at the moment, right? It's like it's crazy because it really is simple, but when one hasn't done it consciously, it's so tricky to describe. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying not to get too loose here and too, I guess, abstract. I don't know. Maybe this makes some sense to you. I don't know. Let me see. Thought spiraling can be, yes. Oh yes, 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 yes. It's yeah. That's one thing that fasting for me absolutely helped. It's like, and I'm gonna address the other parts. I just saw that part, so I figured let me get to that. But, thoughts. Oh my god, man. That one, it took me like it took me a hot minute to come into like self awareness of that one. Like I knew I was doing it. I knew I was doing it, but not in like some self aware, like analytical way. Like in some kind of like I can step back, third person view myself, sort of diagnose, treat, and correct kind of way. I knew I was doing it, but yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's see. So, persons, is there any foods that you refuse to put in your platter? Right? I used to refuse to put some foods in my platter. For the record, I think I'm gonna pass up on the chicken. All right, let's see. Damn, it's so cold. God, this is so. You know what? That way, I can actually model some good behavior. I'm gonna pass up on the remaining of this chicken. This is probably like, I don't know, maybe half a pound. So, boom. I ate plenty. You saw it for yourself. I'm good. It's not like I'm gonna go on another 5-day fast, anyways. But yeah, I'm good with that. But as of right now, if there are any foods I won't put on my platter, there's some foods that I don't prefer at this point. Like for example, rice. I still like how rice tastes. I like the taste of it, but there's something that feels empty about it. Now, at one point it wasn't that way. Hispanic right here, Puerto Rican. Rice, beans, and chicken. Arroz con gandule, pollo, or whatever, pernil, whatever the fuck, right? It tastes. There's something empty about it. Like I still think it tastes good, but like I'll eat it, and then I feel great, sure, but then like maybe a few minutes into it, there's this nagging sense of let me eat some more, let me eat some more, let me eat some more, which that's not something that I normally feel if I'm eating some steak or something. Like if I'm eating some steak, I might feel that for a little bit, but like the thing about steak, it's you got protein and the fat, and that thing is very very the satiety level. You just shoots it up to the roof, man. So I just rather these foods that are more nutrient packed. I just prefer it. So my preference is now leans towards things that just have more. What do you call it? More nutrition, right? 'Cause for one, in my opinion, they taste better, and two, they actually make me feel full. And if I can feel better and feel mentally satisfied, that's an easy fast. To me, the fasts are hard as fuck when I eat something that doesn't actually make me feel satisfied because now I'm actually wanting to eat more, but I'm not. And I'm fasting? Get the fuck out of here, man. I got. Um, yeah. Let's see what we got going on over here. Let's see. Thoughts, Bailey. You being able to cut off those thoughts. Definition. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Being able to cut off those thoughts. Yeah. And it hasn't been an overnight thing. It hasn't. That's the truth, man. It has not. It's been a very slow thing. Very slow. And it's been one of those things that is like slow, frustrating, but rewarding at the same time, man. Very rewarding, but it's been slow. And so, like, I've been present throughout my life, just not ever really realizing it. It's been in the last year that I've been present consciously in real time, consciously knowing it. And in also the last year, it's been the time that I've been able to kind of turn it on my own. So meaning, let's say that for some reason I find myself not present in the moment. I'm like thought spiraling into the motherfucking Saturn over here, some other galaxy, Milky Way, all this shit, right? Andromeda, whatever. Um, it's in the last year that when I become self-aware, it's happening. Only just now in the last year, I've been able to kind of grind that shit to a halt consciously, which is it feels crazy. It feels like I'm like some psychological Iron Man or something. It's like I can kind of grind it to a halt, pause, and ooh, my way back into present. That takes a while. It's not quick. It's not. It's a slow thing. But the fact that I've been even able to achieve that is fucking insane. But on the road to do that, I've had to learn how to be how do you say it? Kind to myself, which is something that would have sounded so like like be kind to yourself. What the fuck is this? So feelings. Who gives a fuck about that? Um, but in me actually taking it a little bit more seriously, I'm like, wait a minute, hold on now. I'm over here like dismissing feelings, but why is it that when I feel something, I don't want that shit dismissed? I'm okay dismissing others' feelings, but when I feel a certain way, no, you better take me seriously. Oh, you better take me motherfucking seriously. You know what I mean? Like, there's some not exactly correct about that. And deep down, I've always known it, and yet I would still be operating under the, like. My story, it was worse than yours, so fuck your feelings. But it's like, okay, under that logic, can't we use that very same logic to like, how do I say it? Uh, like, if the thought process of my story is worse, so fuck your feelings, can't somebody else use that same logic to then defeat mine? Like that. There's something like kind of self-defeating about that, And I've always known it, or at least I've always believed that. There you go. How about let's put it that way? I'll say that I believe it that way to be. Maybe somebody doesn't agree. I don't know, but it's only in this last year I've been putting it to practice. Like, hey, hold on. Let me actually try to care about how somebody else feels. And god damn it, I just wish I started sooner because it actually feels great. Yeah. Um, yeah, it actually does. It actually does. It actually does. Yeah. And in some ways, it actually helps with the whole present state of mind and being able to listen, like actually listen, not just like listen, like like I'm over here on my phone, like yeah, listen. I, I still remember doing that. Like I kind of cringe at myself now when I think about that. I really do. I would ask at the time I had so last year I went through a breakup. I don't say this to get all weird and shit. This is just me sharing because maybe you notice some dots, some patterns, and you're like, oh. Maybe that helps, you know. But I still remember at the time, you know, um, I would ask her a question, right? It's a her, by the way, not a it's they, them, their, whatever. uh, I would ask a question or something. She would start saying something, whatever the fuck, and then I would just go back on my phone as I'd be trying to simultaneously listen, but not actually really listen. And it was so ingrained. It was so habitual. I wasn't even really thinking about it. I look back and I just cringe. I honestly do. I cringe now at the idea that I was doing that. I guess what I'm trying to get at with that is, before I get too distracted, I lose my train of thought, is that me maintain the maintaining a state of present mind, right? I could only do it for a few minutes at a time initially, just a few minutes, and then I would go into like worrying about what's the next thing that's gonna happen, what's the next thing that's gonna happen, blah, 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 blah. And then that I, I would kind of start like beating myself for like, yo, I was just present, which feels great. I actually can get more stuff done, even though it feels like I'm really not when I'm, you know, present and stuff, because I'm relaxed and I'm present. Get back to the present, you know, that present state of mind. And I would kind of beat myself up a bit every time I would fall off the wagon. And in me learning to like stop, not beat myself for falling off the wagon, it would be easier and easier to be able to get back to being present. Whenever I would beat myself over in my own head, right, it would be harder to get back into the present state of mind because, like, me beating myself over is part of that whole thought spiral that you were just mentioning just now. It would literally be harder to get back into the state of present if I'm beating myself up. Like, life is already tough enough as it is. Why the fuck am I even making it tougher on myself? What logic? What logic does that make? And everything I'm saying makes so much. Well, in my opinion, what I'm saying makes sense, and yet, like, I would find myself basically doing that. Which, hey, I'm so rational. Hey, cool. Let me do that, which is irrational. Anyways, before I really lose this train here, slowly over time and be actually being kind to myself, something I thought was super mushy and like, what the fuck is that? I was able to kind of expand that time that I'm present from like 5 minutes to like say 10 and then maybe 15 and then 20 and then 30 and then I'm at a point now where I don't think I've reached an entire day. I don't think so, but I've reached points where I'm there for a few hours at a time. And I'm gonna tell you right now, this shit is it's so mind-boggling because it's just like it's something that I don't know how many people experience. I actually have no idea, and if there's even one person that doesn't experience it, I really wish they could. And it's possible. I yeah, it's possible. It might take some time. It might take some time to do it, right? To kind of like rewire the brain a little bit, like one little, I don't know, what is it, synapse or whatever, one one neural network at a time. It might take some time, but it is something that I wish everybody could experience. Obviously, the ones who haven't. So, yeah. Let's see where. Oh, let me actually. How I got so carried away. I don't even know what I'm seeing over here. Hold on. Wait. You've been able to go off this. Congratulations. Yeah, dude. I was like, I'm good. Like, I'm just. If maybe if it tasted better, sure. But it's just, I'm good. You know, I'll say this right here. What time is it over here? Because in all honesty, I'm actually getting ready to kind of wrap it up here. That way, I can actually get the material out to everybody else who hasn't seen it. So like, um, not so much the live itself, but like before getting any of these lives, I did like a video. It's gonna be the one that's more related to like you know what I mean? The what, a little Stewart mouse, a little rat. So that way I get the shorts going and all that stuff. But throughout the more beginning of the weight loss or whatever, I would find myself more eating, feeling like I have to finish the meal, have to finish the meal, have to finish the meal. A pattern of behavior I've had like all my life, all my life. It doesn't help that growing up. No blame on this part right here. I have a video called "My Why." There's things that yeah, sure, I can go down the road of blaming per se, but in this one, I'm like, you know what? I'll cut a pass on this one because I think a lot of people were raised in environments where like, poverty. You better eat everything because you don't know when's the last time you're gonna eat or something. So I cut a pass on this one. But I was raised with that kind of messaging. You better eat everything. So, there's a poor kid in motherfucking Africa dying. So how dare you not eat everything? So it's taken me a while to kind of nip that one too. Like, hey, I'm done. I'm done. It does help to eat foods that are like nutrient packed so that when I hit that point, I don't feel any compelled, I don't feel compelled to keep eating because I actually don't. I feel like I should finish it, but I don't. Like, I'm good. I'm seriously good. So, you know. Hey, let's see, man. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah. Hey, let's see. I'm still, figuring things out. I think I've figured out some things. I don't think I figured everything out. And in my figuring things out journey, I keep I'm hearing more and more people say these things, and there's a part of me that's like, no, stop it. What are you talking about? You know. But maybe let's see. I don't know. Um, let's see. Let's see. ASMR style. Yeah, yeah. I tell you what, man. If you want to follow for more, because right now I don't know when I might do another live. You can follow me on my Instagram if you want. If you have Instagram, I don't know, or TikTok. You're probably gonna find me more readily available on Instagram. That's really where I'm. That's my labyrinth here. Like the YouTube side, this is relatively new for me. Although I'm not gonna lie, this the YouTube. I'm actually enjoying the YouTube side more, a lot more than Instagram. Because Instagram, I'll post something. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm getting pelted over here. Like, what the fuck is this? Like YouTube feels more friendly. I got some rocks thrown my way, but there's something more welcoming about YouTube and even TikTok a little bit. Instagram, I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like one of the videos, I was just laughing. I swear, I was just like, it was like, where like, it was like, oh, I was slapping what was it again? A pineapple. Putting a piece of peanut butter on top of the pineapple, and I'm just laughing. I don't know. And then the thing ripped up like a lot of those 20,000 views or something, and like 40 comments are like, "Yo, what the fuck are you laughing about? What's so funny?" I'm like, "What does it fucking matter?" That's number one. But two, wait, hold on. Would you do this in person? Would you come up to somebody in person as they're laughing and eating and start like like, "Yo, what the fuck are you laughing about?" Would you do that in person? Would you do that in person? No. So why the fuck are you doing it online? What like you are you are interacting with an actual person. Me, you are interacting with me, and you are over here telling me, yo, why you laughing, or yo, you're stupid or whatever. Like I don't get it. I'm gonna tell you right now, this is so weird. It's so fucking weird. Like I don't think people realize. Like I think there's like a disconnect. I think that's what it is. I think there's like a mental disconnect that happens online. I Sometimes I'll interact with people and I can sense that they're perceiving me a certain way. Like I see myself as a dude. Once again, I was born in Puerto Rico, raised in Florida, military. I do tech work. I just so happen to be doing this because X reasons. Sometimes I can tell that people don't perceive me as I perceive myself. They'll perceive me as I'm just like, oh, I'm out there or whatever, a rock star or something. I can tell. And like the moment I just interact with them as a person, like, hey, how's it going? I can tell a shift. There's like this like, oh, what the fuck? Like, whoa, 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 whoa. And I'm like, what the fuck did you think I was? A fucking alien? Like, and then it's like, so if you're perceiving me that, if you were perceiving me that way, like, why do you not realize you're doing the same shit to a bunch of other people you never met? About a bunch of other people you never met. I mean, like the other actual, I don't even know what that means, but actual celebrities, right? Let's go that way. They're just people too, right? Right? It's like they're just people too. Even if it doesn't feel that way, because I'll be honest. If somebody were to tell me The Rock, I'm not gonna lie. That little psychological weird fucking thing, I feel it. But I'm pretty sure if I saw the dude in person, it might take me a day or two. That little thing would burst, and I'll be like, the guy is a dude. He's a person. So I kind of get it. But it's still kind of weird when it happens the other way around. When it happens to me, it's like, what the fuck? Is this what, like, quote, actual celebrities feel like? Because I just see myself as a person. That's it. I'm a dude. I'm a dude. All right. I don't know. So, anyways. Shit. Oh, man. Let's see where we're at with this. Already hit the bell. All right. Okay. All right. Then hey, I guess we'll be running into each other over here, man. Yeah. Just if you. All right. Cool. We're running around here more often. So let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. The old salute. And until next time, to Mark and what other person was. I don't know. I keep seeing like the number go from like 1 to like 4. It's like, all right, cool. All right. So, hey, man, you said you're in Vegas, so what is that? Like 3 hours, right? So, what's that? 11, 12, 1 in the morning? Hey, you have a great 1 in the morning over there. I think it was Vegas. I think it was. It's been a while since I've been over there, so enjoy. All right. Oh, shit. Yeah.